찾아 right here right now 안 되는 걸까 왜 그런 거야 I'm okay just the way I am I'm
Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. It's my baby. That thing so vibrant. Keys to your heart, baby girl. You right next to me.
We are live. Durban Streets, what poppin'?
The favorite morning crew
on the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy Moeketsi, my man, aka
Max for maximum temperature.
I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
My name is NommyP. Umkabayi kamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE list. My name is MooCee list on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Another beautiful Wednesday morning right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, the 22nd of July 2026, and you know it is your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. A very good morning to everyone who has just joined us, and of course will be with us across and up until the 10-hour dot on this beautiful morning. It is Wednesday, and you know each and every Wednesday morning we're getting rid of your midweek slump. We've been through Monday, we've been through Tuesday, and now it's time, of course, to get you through across the whole week ahead of you. My name is Moeketsi, my man. I'm happy and excited to be with you on this beautiful morning. You know that you can catch us across all social media platforms. We are now live on YouTube. We are also live on Underground Radio. To enhance the experience of listening to the Vooka Breakfast Show, you can download the app, which is both available on iOS and Android. Our WhatsApp line is open for calls and for voice note. The number to dial is 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. The hashtag to use on YouTube is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Vooka Nation, and hashtag Vugile. And you know our main ingredient of the day is to make sure that you take your bucket list and some of the places that you can travel across Mzansi. Behind me, you're seeing pictures and you're asking yourself, what are we highlighting this morning? So let us walk you through in terms of what we are highlighting. This morning we are highlighting the Midlands Meander, which is KwaZulu-Natal's inland gem stretching from Pietermaritzburg to the Drakensberg foothills. It's a tapestry of rolling hills, mystery mornings, and winding country roads dotted with craft studios, farm stalls, and cozy cafes. Visitors can explore pottery workshops, art galleries, and handmade furniture stores, while food lovers indulge in artisanal cheese, chocolates, and craft beer. Outdoor enthusiasts enjoy horse riding, trout fishing, and forest walks. The Meander is more than a route, it's a lifestyle experience blending creativity, nature, and hospitality. With its warm community spirit and diverse attractions, it offers a perfect escape for couples, families, and solo travelers seeking inspiration and relaxation. Every sport tells a story, making the Midlands Meander a journey worth savoring. So I hope that was helpful enough for you to go together with your friends and families and take those bucket lists. So that's what we have for you in this beautiful morning. Right now, what we're going to do is to take a short break and then come back with your latest sports and news headlines. And once again, a very good morning. These are some of your top stories making headlines this morning. Starting off with your first headline, AIDC slams Treasury funding freeze. The Alternative Information and Development Center has criticized National Treasury decision to withhold funding from dozens of municipalities, arguing that the move unfairly harms poor communities. The organization says the policy punishes vulnerable households that rely on basic municipal services while failing to address deeper structural problems in South Africa's local government funding model. On your next headline, Where's sentencing delayed again? Convicted former teacher Lane Where's will return to court in August after health complication led to another postponement of sentencing proceedings. A medical report confirmed he is unfit for court until the end of July, while child protection advocates have expressed concerns over continued delays in a case that has stretched on for years. The next headline, Ramaphosa awaits impeachment ruling. President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to learn on Friday whether the Western Cape High Court will halt Parliament's impeachment committee. The president argues the inquiry should be paused while he challenges the Section 89 panel report linked to the Phala matter. But the committee has continued with preparatory work. That's all for your news headline. Heading over to your sports news. On your Commonwealth news, Team South Africa is ready for the Glasgow Challenge. South Africa will return to Glasgow for the 2026 Commonwealth Games with a strong and experienced squad targeting medals across multiple sporting codes. Team officials believe the mix of established stars and emerging talent gives the country a solid chance of improving its standing and delivering another successful game campaign. In your rugby news, Lion juggle Currie Cup and All Blacks plans. The Lion will face a difficult selection balancing act. They continue their Currie Cup campaign while preparing for the high-profile visit of the All Blacks. Coaches must manage player workloads carefully to remain competitive in the domestic competition without compromising preparation for one of the rugby's biggest occasions. Kevin Lerena targets a third world title. South Africa boxer Kevin Lerena is eyeing a return to cruiserweight division with ambitions of becoming a three-time world champion. Lerena believes his experience and recent performance has positioned him well for another title opportunity as he plans for the next phase of his career. That's what we have for your news and sports headlines. If you want to share your thoughts on these headlines with us, you can simply use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or dial the number 0604933226. For now, take a short break, and then on come back we'll give you your latest market rates and your weather update.
With a country's acrobat, a circus act, like they got me in a cage. I could go tit for tat, to give the gap, but can't give it to the hate. I'ma just tip my cap and dip right back to my little happy place. Back on the 9 to 5 again. Steady just working for Saturday. I've been going through the motions, trying to find my way. Never notice if you notice, so I smile and wave. All dry, stay focused, setting my little pace. And now all I have to say, I was a boy with a plan that turned me into a man. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Whoops, I did it again. On business is right where I stand. Never been slipping on sand. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Whoops, I did it again. I was a boy with a plan that turned me into a man. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Oops, I did it again. On business is right where I stand. Never been slipping on sand. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Oops, I did it again. Oh man, there he goes again. Every quarter records rolling in. Then the quarters get to rolling in.
It's exactly 18 minutes past 8 on a beautiful Wednesday morning, the 22nd of July 2026. And you know, Wednesday mornings are where the Vooka Breakfast team take you through your midweek slump, making sure that we are getting rid of that. We are halfway through the week, and of course, looking forward to the week ahead and the weekend. Let me know how you're feeling on this beautiful morning. What are your plans? What are you up to in terms of what you will be doing across? So you know that you can connect with us across all social media platforms. We are Vooka Breakfast Show. Right now we are live on YouTube. Press the subscription button and the notification button so that whenever we go live, you will be notified that your best breakfast team is ready to kickstart your beautiful morning. And also we are live on Underground Radio, and as mentioned that you can download the app, which is both available on iOS and it is both available on Android. WhatsApp number is open for calls and for voice notes. 060-493-3226. That's the number that you need to dial. So in terms of what you need to expect if you are in one of these cities with your latest weather update, if you're currently in Cape Town, you're experiencing 10 degrees with clear skies, and if you are in Durban, it's currently 18 degrees with overcast clouds, and Pretoria is currently 13 degrees with scattered clouds. And right here in Johannesburg, it is currently 10 degrees Celsius with few clouds. And then, of course, that's what we have in terms of any new developments. We'll let you know on what to expect with your weather update. And then heading over to your market rates for this morning, July 22nd of 2026. Let's look into how the rand is doing with other currencies. Currently, the rand is trading at 16 rands 44 cents against the US dollar, and the Great British Pound is currently trading at 22 rands and 4 cents. And then the euro is currently trading at 18 rands 78 cents. And then lastly, Japanese yen is currently at 10 cents. Then heading over to your commodities, one barrel of Brent crude oil will cost you 1,548 rands 7 cents, and gold is currently at 43,413 rands 79 cents. And then one Bitcoin will cost you 1,249,511 rands 48 cents. So that's what we have for your market rate, and then we'll be back with the latest tomorrow morning, same time, same place, July 23rd, 2026. It's good mornings. I see some of your comments are coming through right there on YouTube. A very good morning to you. First comment came through from Miss Q saying, good morning Vooka Breakfast team, happy Wednesday, happy midweek. Sivugile but sikatele. Have a blessed and a fruitful day ahead. Hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And that's why we are here for you, to get rid of that tiredness, get rid of your midweek slump. With some of the discussions that we're going to have, we also wanted to hear from you. Let us engage across all social media platforms, but you can also send your voice notes through just to hear what do you think, right? And then Martin Bimni coming through saying, good morning, I'm a Vooka Mahle, Underground Radio DBN fam, and our best energetic Vooka team on a beautiful sunny Wednesday. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile. And then she says hashtag happy blessed Wednesday family, stay safe and take care of yourself, hashtag rise and shine. And then TK coming through saying, good morning Vooka Nation, happy Wednesday, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And then lastly, Simami Kalane saying a very good morning to the Vooka Nation, hashtag Vooka Breakfast team, hashtag Masivugile, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. 22 minutes past 8, it is the time, and you know that I'm not always rolling alone. I'm at the best team, making sure that we keep you warm on these cold mornings. A very good morning to you, gentlemen. How are you doing?
It sounds, do you know that feeling where like something is like boxed?
Structured.
Structure is.
Aren't you gentlemen?
Structure for no, not the gentleman.
Because structure has to fit within a certain
I get that
modality, sure. how things are done.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right. But structure for me, or rather in this context, is more basis, right? That the structure, like
which forms the parameter.
Sure, right.
So you can't exit. You can't exit whatever parameter.
No, sure, I agree.
Right?
I agree. But like he gave it like ISO, like it's within here.
In a
You know?
brackets.
No, not even brackets. It's like it's confined to this, like this corridor, you know. But anyway, we're not complaining, Mr. Mo. We're not complaining whatsoever, man. And we're excited to be in your presence and in your company on this lovely. It is actually a lovely Wednesday morning. I don't know about you, Mr. B. But yeah, man, it's giving life. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt today. You know, no hoodie, no jersey, nothing. So we're in a good place, I think. And we ended off last night or yesterday on quite a good note. We spent the day with Oz here. He worked from our studios yesterday, and he walked away
used
saying,
Oz used our Wi-Fi.
so does he owe us? Do you
No,
feel
no,
like
he
do you feel
doesn't.
like he owes us?
No, he's got that SIM card. I want to my laptops
Oh yeah, the
with the
laptops
SIM
that can
card.
insert the SIM card.
But do you know that there are some companies that don't allow you to use or
External-
charge your phone because they're saying you are using extra of our electricity or you're taking much of the electricity. And you cannot connect your phones on the laptop because the laptops at work, they contain very
Sensitive
confidential
information.
Yeah. No, I mean we can say hi, but it's real.
No, but I get it.
real.
But it's like the Wi-Fi one or the connecting to the laptops or to the company computers. I can understand. Sure. I mean, all of the laptops that we use here, our computers, even the other side, you know, it has information that pertains to us as a company. Mara Wi-Fi. So charger.
So Mo, I'm gonna send you a link. This guy went behind the scenes to look at the infrastructure, the networking of a FIFA World Cup. So remember, this was spanned across 3 countries, and the networking that was involved, the security that was involved, the ad hoc servers that had to be spun up.
Yeah.
It's crazy how companies protect their data. It's like it's insane. It's insane. But it is a good Wednesday morning.
Getting rid of
I still
the
need to
midweek
come up
slump.
with my intro. But other than that, in fact, I was thinking about it the other day, Uguti.
How would you best introduce yourself?
Yeah, but I don't want it to be something that's
Generic.
not really generic, but something I commit to memory. Like I have to come up with something new every single time.
Okay.
But not really an intro, but it's like I want to go to Banendo Zotini this
When
morning.
he comes on.
Go back to your
onto
older self, you know, lyric
Lyric
Bane.
Bane. I mean,
Hey yo,
this is your boy.
So
Hey yo, this is your boy.
perhaps I could do it where I rhyme it. I want to go to Zotin, you know.
I
But
like
yeah,
that, Mr. B. I like that.
So today is good energy. There's 5 of us here in studio.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
There's
Very
also
cool stuff.
Miss Kayla.
Who's joining us in studio for the first time?
2Ks.
Hey, shout out. I like that. I like that.
No, this K,
I
this
like
K,
that. 2K.
this K, yeah.
Yeah, but there's 2, I guess.
No, there's 2 of them, sure, but Mela sign consent form.
Before she can like be officially announced on air or like share her thoughts. And is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I see you.
No, but
I
just
see-
acknowledging which is here.
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. No, definitely. I like that TK is now joining us on the chat as well. And she's coming back, like, you know,
Yeah,
and
like
hanging
usual
out with
days.
us.
This is home.
Yeah, this is home, you know. So on Wednesdays, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, this is where balance is found, right? On Monday, we start off with giving you the momentum for the week. And then on Tuesdays, we find and take hold of our traction. And then when it comes to Wednesdays, we get rid of that midweek slump. And of course, this is where balance is found, giving you a daily dose of positivity that is really accompanied by a very energetic start to the day. Like Mr. Moeketsi said, we're also hanging out. So we're also hanging out across all our social media platforms using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So much is in store for you this morning, and you know that we're always trying to engage you, you know, giving you information and knowledge that really tries to help you in your day-to-day life. Yes, sir, Mr. Mo.
Yeah, very interesting. A conversation we're about to deep dive into right now relates into your work life. If you're someone who is in the working class, this one is for you, and we also want to hear your thoughts right there across all social media platforms. So I just want to hear from you guys,
yes, sir.
because imagine it's 7 p.m. on a Wednesday evening, and officially your shift ended hours ago. Your laptop is closed, your desk is clear, and your family or friends are sitting right in front of you asking about your day, but mentally you're still sitting at a 3 p.m. strategy meeting. Your phone buzzes on the coffee table with a late night email notification, and before you even realize, your pulse spikes, your thumb twitches, and your mind is right back in the office. You're physically in the living room, but your head is trapped in the company cloud. You look around and realize that you can't tell where your job ends and where your actual life begins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because there's so many things, of course, that people think and the perspectives that we're going to be diving into.
Absolutely.
Now, guys, I can work anytime, wherever I am, and actually just just dividing or taking myself out of work, it takes a really lot of energy, an immense energy that I need to do that. But we're going to be discussing that as we also wanted to hear some of your thoughts. We're going to be taking a short break, and then when we come back, we want to hear some of your thoughts. If you are working and if you have been in the situation where when you look around and realize that you can't tell where your job ends and where your actual life begins, because you've been sent email everywhere, you answer to emails, you answer to calls that are from your workspace, your colleagues are buzzing your phone, making sure that the project that you guys are working on is up to date. So do you communicate that to your boss? Do you communicate that to your friends and tell them, guys, now I'm off and I cannot answer to that question as of right now? So fix those answers, as we will be back shortly right after this.
Live for radio, the underground.
Yeah, stepping in the spot like she own it, looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my, yeah. Talk of the city with that body, always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it? Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. Yeah, that thing's so vibrant. I wanna know if you can give me the keys to your heart, baby. All I need is you. All I need is you. You right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia yila. Ewe muleji. Mami venaki. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia yila. She said she need me like heartbeats. Drive me the bed like a RV. Hugging the curves on that body. She bring the heat like wasabi. Promise not to test your heart. Never. We just can't be kept apart. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you the best by far. Always go the extra mile. Yeah, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you. Ewe muleji. You right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia yila. Ewe muleji. Mami venaki. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia yila. Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. It's my baby. That thing's so vibrant. Keys to your heart, baby girl. Ewe muleji. You right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia yila. Ewe muleji. Mami venaki. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia yila.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, you know that you're always spending some great quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mr. My name is MooCee Mr. And like I said earlier on, I'm excited and I'm happy to be both in your presence and in your company, where radio meets TV, only and exclusively right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, where we try to give you your daily dose of positivity that is really accompanied by a very energetic start to the day. 33 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock on a Wednesday morning, the 22nd of July, 2026. So we're jumping straight into it. And where we're coming from with this one is, do we work for a living or do we live for... Do we work for a living or do we live to work? Is where the question is. And this one I'm pulling from yesterday's conversation in the morning, where we were talking about how work can sometimes steal your life, right? And
personal time.
Your personal time. And I like how you referenced Veronica, because she really pushes the boundaries of how employees and employers can sometimes cross the boundaries, and not be sure where the line is with this one. So do you guys think that but people in general in society, do people work for a living or do they live to work?
Majority.
Okay.
They're working to live.
I mean,
they work for a living.
Yeah.
They're working
to live.
Yeah, because
they are living to work.
Do we work for a living or do we live to work?
To work. I mean, we've seen the red race out there, right?
Okay.
We've seen the rush hours, and so many people now, they even lose the meaning of what's work.
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance.
Yeah.
What is this company requiring me to do? What's my role at this company? Because of you're looking at the payment, you're looking at the salary, now you lose. There's a thin line in between you understanding working at that certain company. It's like, hey guys, and I just want to get paid.
Do you think it's the company or the system?
The system. I mean,
because Xasa, you start a steel company, and
people always need to be present
and then people feel a certain way. I think it's the way it has been designed.
People have the power to change the system, because if employees inside the company, they're able to build their culture inside. Sure. And when you see that this culture is actually working out, because these people, they don't know the line in between on how to differentiate what is living to work and working to live, right? So it's those kind of things that when you see Gutabantu, they are now putting more energy, you're like, maybe the system now needs to be put aside and let this work out and see where it's going to put us.
I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think it's as easy. And I like how Mr. B is referencing system, right? Because a whole lot of us, when we go into the workforce, you get to different companies and different working environments where a system is already in place. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I mean, Mr. B, you were at Microsoft for a couple of years. And Microsoft had been around for a while by the time you got there. Yeah. And you had to adapt to a certain culture, a certain way of doing things. We've been doing, or at least it's my third year in a radio TV type of setting, but you had already done it for 2 years prior to when I started joining 2 years ago, right? But the Vooka Breakfast Show is a little over a year old now. And we've fostered somewhat of a culture and a tradition that we follow here, right? This is how we do things and this is what we follow and stuff like that. So how does one then navigate that space of knowing where the line is blurred and not jumping back and forth? Because I think it's quite easy to mix the two and have your work spill into it. And I did reference that it does depend on the type of job, but genuinely speaking, can we honestly say as individuals in society, we are living to work or we work for a living?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So what happens if you stop one or the other?
I think we tend to forget or not be mindful that work does not define our entire lives.
Sharp. So now let's take someone Manj who's watching and they're unemployed, and they don't have an income. What happens then?
The aim here is to find employment or create employment for yourself.
Absolutely.
I genuinely believe when you're not working or employed, your job is to find a job, or your job is to create work for yourself. Much like what we're doing here, right? We created employment for ourselves, and we know that Monday to Friday we have to pour ourselves into something, and that's what I believe. So But even in that process, and eventually when you do get to a point where you are fully employed on a day-to-day basis, that matters not how often you work, whether Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, or when I have 7 days, and it spells. I do genuinely so. Mr.
I believe in a 4-day.
I'm a hard work week. I'm working 7 days.
Never. And it goes to the point that I'm about to make, right? To the extent that your job should not consume your entire time, when I get Sunday, you're stressed, you know, you can't enjoy your life, you can't hang out with you, Mr. B, you don't have a family life, and do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's where I think the line gets blurred. People tend to forget, you should work, but you shouldn't live to work, or you shouldn't live for work. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's where I was drawing that conversation from. I don't know, Mr. Mo, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, let's get into, some of the tension,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Because sometimes there are people who will say we are driven by hustle, others are preserved by living, right? But the core tension is some people genuinely believe that work is identity, that your career is ultimate engine of purpose, discipline, legacy, and self-worth. To them, grinding later into the night isn't sacrifice, it's the price of excellence. Others argue that a job is strictly a transaction, a paycheck to find your freedom and your relationship and your peace, and letting a employer rent space in your head after hours is a scam. So the line in between the two has completely eroded, and tipping the scale too far in either direction can ruin your health or stall your future. Right. I mean, there's so many sentiments that people, will share when it comes to this. But we know that this conversation, man, will go on and on. But we also want to hear from you if you can, or if you do create work-life balance, right? But at the end of the day, a career can buy you a lifestyle, but it can never buy back your time. Work hard, build your legacy, but don't forget that the most important meetings on your calendar are the ones you schedule with yourself and the people you love. Set your boundaries, protect your peace, and let's, of course, get this morning started, right? And there's so many people, of course, that will, come and differ and say, guys, I prefer working every day. Right,
7 days a week,
life,
guys.
Yeah,
right.
So I get it.
I
get it. Now we said we do hard work.
Hard.
Yeah, not hard, but hard work.
Yeah.
Sure, I get you, Mr.
Yeah, so we work every single day.
Yeah.
But weekend day. I'm sorry.
Look, here's a pastor, ne?
Sure.
Bayam phonela. Uguti, pastor, I need some advice. Will the pastor say, guys, I'm off today?
Yes. Absolutely.
Then Umfundis is not doing hard work.
No. But I don't know about
They must always be available.
You growing up, sure. Availability versus like fully being in it is two different things. I think, in my opinion.
I get it when you're saying availability in the form of you designate a certain amount of time.
Sure.
I mean, I'm saying you should always be available as Mfundis.
Sure.
So there's certain jobs or callings or whatever you might want to call it, where 7 days, 24/7, you cutting, like your phone has to be on.
Here's I don't know about you, Mr. Mo, because I know we grew up in different denominations, right? But in I know specifically in the Catholic, in the Anglican Church, and in the Lutheran Church, mostly in the Catholic Church, because that's where I grew up, that's the church I attend. On Mondays, a lot of priests have their day offs on Mondays. So Tuesday all the way to Sunday, give vocation, you're working. The zones, small Christian communities, funerals, mass happens every day, right? And visiting old people, the sickly, all those kinds of things, right? But most priests, in my experience, on Mondays get day off.
So do you think that's right?
No. Do I think that's right? To a certain extent, sure, I can agree. But they are available. It's not because get day off. If something happens in the church and he's required, he can't take it. That's what I was talking about. But he's available, right? Availability is there, but per circumstance, per situation, per scenario. Not when do we rest?
Polite when you wanted to be a priest.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So,
But I am a human first. I'm a
give us your priesthood.
Matata, nana. I can call you at 3 a.m. as my pastor.
To what?
Hey, man, pray for me.
For what?
I get
What's happening?
That's what you preach at church.
Okay, but what's
that,
happening? No,
if-
pray
if
for yourself first. Before
I'm
wanting
going through
me
a
to pray for you.
divorce, Pastor.
Pray for yourself. Connect with your
Bible.
God first.
No,
Yes.
I don't have the strength to pray for myself, so I need you as
Ask
my
for
pastor.
strength. That's where you kneel
I'm
down.
asking you
But that's
strength for
prayer already. Mode ask for.
Yes, but ask for strength
Pastor,
yourself.
I don't have the strength to pray for myself.
Ask God to help you. Invite the Holy Spirit in.
But Pastor, you told me that if I need help, I can come to you.
Pastor's
at
not
any time.
understanding because
Aye.
Magati ask
help.
Pastor, I can't pray.
No,
I can't, Pastor.
So how do I ask?
ask, say, God, please help.
That's prayer.
Yes, exactly.
So
you don't need
the
me.
word itself,
So-
God, cannot come out of my mouth.
There's
at
no
this
such
moment.
again.
So I need you.
I'll come. Now it's a circumstance, it's a situation, right? Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway,
But yeah, of course, we also want to hear from you. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes,
You can
sir.
send your voice note on 0604933226. It is 16 minutes till we hit the hour 9 o'clock on the dot. And you know, we have always some of the interesting things that you never knew, but you will know on Today in History. Let's get deep into some of those moments that took place. And on this day, 22nd of July 1974, there was a call for full citizenship rights. On this day, calls were made for full citizenship of colored South Africans. The demand highlighted the inequalities embedded in apartheid legislation and strengthened pressure for equal political rights and representation. It remains an important marker in South Africa's long struggle towards democracy and constitutional equality. Very interesting. And then another one that took place on the 22nd of July 1991 is that the ANC challenges security ministers. During South Africa's transition from apartheid, the ANC called for the dismissal of law and order ministers Adriana Flock and Defense Minister Magnus Malan. The move came amid concerns about political violence and state involvement, making it a significant moment in the country's journey towards democratic negotiations. Very interesting. Those are some of the historical moments that took place on this beautiful day. And then, as you know, counting the days, it is the 22nd of July, and this marks day number 203 on the calendar, and we are only left with 162 days. It's a useful reminder that more than half a year has passed, creating a perfect opportunity to revisit goals, refresh priorities, and celebrate progress made so far.
Yeah, what goals are you revisiting?
Goals?
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know. I mean, there's goals when it comes. There's a certain point whereby you outgrow your goals. I was taught that you can outgrow your goals, right? If my goal this year is to achieve a certain thing, maybe
You said you want to be a father.
I want to be a father.
You said that, did you not say
No,
that?
that one, of course, it's still in my plans.
This year, you're gonna do it this year.
Not this year. Maybe you'll never know. I mean, it happens, you know. Pela, some people.
Asas,
You know, it's like
Pela, there's a difference. Pela, you can be a father anytime, right? Where you are stepping up as someone, right? Pela,
Okay.
it's not to say I have to wait for 9 months. I can decide to go out there and father and be a father to someone. Right, so if that is part of your goal,
is it that easy? What decide a failure?
That's why Kira, you
So
can
that
outgrow your goals to a point that no, guys, I'm
step
no
up.
longer stepping up now.
Or now you want to do it in
now
the-
I want to do it in the right way.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
so
see.
there are some goals that I've outgrown, and I don't know about you. Did you have any goals for this year? And it's not a crime to not have a goal.
Actually,
Also.
Absolutely. I was
not.
telling Mr. Rabutata this past Friday after the show, he spent a bit of time with us. And I was telling him that, you know what, because he was telling me about when his kids were choosing their careers and things of that nature and whatever. And this is something that I genuinely believe in, Mr. B. It is very unfair, I think, and we can talk about it. It's I think it's up for discussion and dissecting, right? But I think it's quite unfair to expect a 19, 20, 21, even a 22-year-old to absolutely know what they want to do with the rest of their life at that age. I genuinely think it's a bit unfair. One understand. So, I echo what you just said, Mo.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. If you don't have a goal, it's fine. If you're not motivated or determined about anything, there's nothing wrong. how about phela fela phela? Mr. Peters, like here, why I feel like we want to impose what we believe. Whatever, no. Like if you're not looking forward to anything in life, then
Pooza, Bema.
Hey, you think sure? Just live. There's NPCs. Can we agree that there are NPCs out here?
That's because they don't have goals.
Yes, then live.
No, we can't accept that.
But if someone genuinely feels like, you know what, I'm not looking forward to anything.
Sure. The problem is that we try and box them into something. But there's always something.
I mean, you're always looking out or up for something.
Exactly.
My goal, one person's goal out there would be to, smoke something that's
I want to
heavy.
drink 10 beers today.
Yeah, because look, there's people that love food and Gunabantu that have made a good living just by being reviewers of food.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing, because if you've got this spark, this light in you, there's no way you don't want to create something. We're all creators by nature.
Okay.
So when I'm just live, like that's the part where I'm like, okay, I think what we're facing here is a misalignment of understanding what is it that you want. Let's not conform to what the system wants for you, right? Okay. But everyone has that spark.
Yeah.
No,
interesting. And then, of course, looking into some of the celebrations that we have on this morning. So, on the 22nd of July, there are celebrations that are observed, and today we are observing the World Brain Day. World Brain Day promotes awareness of neurological health and disorders led by the World Federation in Neurology. The day encourages healthy lifestyles, early diagnosis, and support for people affected by neurological conditions.
Okay, that's a cool one, I think. We didn't observe this one last year. Yeah, no, this is a cool one, I think. World Brain Day.
Do you have any neurological...
Do you have a brain
disorder?
Do you have a brain?
I mean, we all have brain disorders at some point. We all have brain disorders.
No. Like, speaking in the first person, say, I have a brain disorder.
So if you forget something, is that natural?
Yeah, it's no.
Or is that the brain? Like, is that a sign of a brain disorder?
Yeah,
but I don't think so.
Memory loss is part of the symptoms of brain disorders.
Yep.
No, man.
It is.
I think, okay, maybe let's refer to the levels maybe of memory loss.
Yes, there's long-term memory, short-term memory.
So for instance, I like carrying these, and these are always on the table, my sanitizer and my Vicks Vapor Rub, right? So if I happen to forget this one morning, let's say tomorrow or today, I might have forgotten. I'm like, I forgot my sanitizer.
But what happened for you to forget it?
Because I was distracted, I was preoccupied, I was doing a lot of things at the same time, and it...
So your brain didn't function the way it should have.
Sure.
So that's a disorder.
No. Like you see, I am man.
But it is.
You see, if it happens on a regular basis, then we can start looking into your memory.
No, but
how your brain is functioning.
But what if I say no? It's just that I'm just preoccupied.
Yeah, I was preoccupied.
Most of the time.
Then we look into it. Most of the time, sure. Once in a while, one morning, your keys, your car keys, my bracelets, like I like wearing them, something, I don't know,
So symptoms vary widely depending on the disorder, but they may include memory loss and confusion, headaches or migraine, seizures or convulsions, weakness or numbness in limbs, changes in personality or behavior, difficulty in speaking, seeing or moving. Funny enough, my hot take is about personalities, right? And this opposes what I believe in. Right? It opposes what I believe in, right? So the risk factors differ by disorder, which is age, genetics, injury, environmental exposure. But we know there's people who suffer from your mental and behavioral disorders, which is the depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder.
Do you have any of those?
Bipolar.
Are you bipolic?
Sometimes I can be bipolar. It's healthy.
Are you
bipolarized?
Are you bulimic? Are you bulimic? Yeah, no, I think it's a cool one to recognize, man. World Brain Day.
Yeah,
neurologically wise, I think we should pay more attention, man.
Yeah, the brain and the mind. Because those are two different things.
And you know why? I think in our black society, in the culture that we fostered is that we tend to say, "Hi, uyagula lo." you know, when a child is young, like, wala, man. And we don't take the time to actually look into these things. Mwana could be neurodivergent, you know, and exactly. And when you have a good day, you know how at home when you have a good day and you've been sick for a while, or you've just been in a foul mood or just like a icky mood, and just that 1 hour or that one day where so poorly, it's like, yeah, no, I'm just having a good day, just like allow me, you know. So I think we should foster a new environment and a new culture.
Well, maybe it's because we don't have a deep vocabulary. Yeah, that's it.
Cool one, man. That's cool one.
But yeah, that's what we are observing on this morning. Another one that we're observing is Mango Day. It celebrates one of the world's most loved fruits. Most loved fruit.
Yo, mango, bro.
Actually,
mango, bro. Yeah, acha, bro.
No, not acha.
We're talking about the fruit.
The fruit, not what
comes.
not what you can do and add and combine with the fruit. Yeah, the actual fruit.
Yo, mango is delicious.
It is.
It is delicious, but I'm not sure if it's
Can I tell you what the issue is? Yeah. And I once told the story of a teacher of mine that went to the UK and bought fruit at a fruit market.
Sure.
And then she was told to
she went to overseas.
Yeah, in the UK. So she gets there, she buys this apple in Aga.
Yeah.
And then she's like, wow, where do your apples come from? I don't know, we import them from South Africa. She could not believe it.
Oh, that she's eating a apple from where she's from.
Yeah, but then you don't see those kinds of apples, right?
Yeah.
So here's the problem. Yeah. I mean, these small ones, the ones that get stuck in between your teeth.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Now, if you get a nice mango, man, like cut and sit on the sofa, that's the mango I'm talking about.
One thing I don't love about the mango, I think I was not taught how to eat the mango.
I need to love
and then it drips like this.
That's why I hate mango, man. But yeah, it's interesting that we are observing this beautiful day.
I think maybe the day we visit Durban, we should go to those fruit markets.
Yeah.
Those fruit and veg markets. I know they have like nice big ones there.
Bananas, banana.
Yeah.
Proper stuff.
But yeah, I think we should. The day we visit Durban, we should.
So the occasion highlights nutrition, agriculture, and culinary creativity with people enjoying mango-based dishes, drinks, and desserts while recognizing the farmers who grown in them. Can we add mango in a pizza?
That's one of my hot takes.
I don't know.
Mango.
Maybe
they are mango because it's not a popular one. I've never heard of it. It's going to be one of my hot takes one of these days. Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Nah, it does.
Disagree. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. What sugar in gomazi? What are you doing?
No, I disagree.
No, bro.
Why oja gomazi?
Why oja gomazi? Gomazi is a food. It's aged milk, right? It's fermented aged milk and done in but it doesn't taste nor smell spoiled, right? But
that
what are
thing
you
is not
doing?
meant for human consumption.
No, just eat pap with yogurt. Take plain yogurt. Have you eaten plain yogurt? I once bought plain yogurt by mistake. Right?
Yes.
By mistake. So I bought plain yogurt, unflavored, right? No, it's just plain white. So take that, and then add sugar because that's exactly what you're doing. That is exactly what you're doing.
But if it's my money,
no, it's fine. The conversation here is not money.
Okay.
The conversation is the combination that you are concocting here in this plate. That's wrong.
I thought I'm an adult.
No, you are.
So as an adult, I can eat whatever I want.
Your decision making and your choices is up to your discretion.
Yeah.
Completely.
Some of the things, eat them private.
No, exactly.
It's trauma. It's traumatic experience.
But anyway, I'm gonna make it a hot take. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. So mango as well.
It's like when you touch a cucumber. So that's wrong as well.
ice cream in the morning. You know, Tata fela ka ditedu fela eating ice cream, but we'll do that on Friday.
Yeah, so then of course we never leave you when it comes to celebrating birthdays. If you happen to know anyone who is growing up and you would like to give them a special shout out, you can do so by coming through on the Vooka Breakfast Show and using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show right there in the comment section, or send us your voice note or their pictures just to maybe make it special, or send their numbers. We can call them through right now. Number to dial is 0604933226. But before we do that, we are of course going to let you know who are those people sharing their birthdays with.
Yeah.
But I know Kanye has someone who she would like to highlight.
Can I rather send her?
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
like
call
that.
her.
Can we do that?
Yes, send the number through, and then we'll call the person who is growing up and make it extra special for her. But she or he is sharing a birthday with Selena Gomez.
Oh, Selena Gomez. Do you know Selena Gomez?
Yes.
Wizards of Waverly Place. She has done that other movie where she plays a dual role, where she's a twin, or she has a twin from, like, she's from America, but she has a twin from UK. You know, so she's done quite a few movies, man. Very cool person. She's a singer as well.
Nice.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
You know, there are people that have a name and a surname where you can tell who died. This person
Selena Gomez.
This person is a star.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
But Mina, I believe Guti, some names were generated, guys, for stardom. Like it's rare
I
to
agree.
see those
I agree.
names, right?
I agree.
Like Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, that one is like okay. It's like they took some time. Okay, this child is going to be a superstar.
Yeah.
So we better give them the name that's going to suit them.
Yeah.
Right. And you go through, man. Like these Hollywood star actors. Like, hey, man, who can name their child that? I mean,
Chris Brown,
Justin Bieber,
Alicia Keys, Jamie Foxx, John Legend, MooCee Mist.
Come on.
No, you see, but that's a stage name. But Selena, that's her name.
It's her actual
That's an
IG
actual
name.
So I'm saying, you know, Masiktiwa, like, who do you think is a star here? Banele Mngci or Selena Gomez?
Yeah, it's
like,
can.
you know?
There's
You can tell.
I had a guy who used to play trumpet for me in my band. His name is Kekeleto. But and then his surname is Masemola, right? But you know Kekeleto, like Kekeleto that we had a couple of months ago, we call him KK. Like I would tell him, yo, KK and Donna, like imagine at some event, at a show somewhere, sometime in the future, and they announce you. And he's a trumpeter. Like he has a very elderly, like very mature aura about him, right? And when he's not playing the trumpet, he'll just put it, he has like a bit of a tummy and he'll just hold it like this, and right? And I'm like to him, imagine being announced somewhere and they say, up next, the legendary trumpeter, KK Masemola. Like you can hear.
I mean,
man,
already it sounds like he's a name.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? KK Masemola. Like I still hold that to this day, man. There are names that really give you, hey man,
stardom.
Hey, lo muntu uyasinda man.
Solu Moholo.
Man.
Connor Ferguson.
Yeah,
Connor.
Karabo Moroka.
Yeah, doesn't Solu Moholo sound?
The reason why people out there
Solimo
offense, you know, would call you know, these actors with their acting names is because like your real name doesn't struck. You know, Sipemo, Uta Upraya. You are
Rapulana Sipem.
Rapulana Sipem.
Yeah, that one.
So it stakes. So it stakes.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, so you are sharing a birthday with Selena Gomez, right? Born 22nd July 1992 in Grand Prairie or Gauteng in Texas, USA. Selena Gomez is a singer, actress, producer, and entrepreneur. She rose to fame through Disney Channel, built a successful global music career, and is widely recognized for her work on Only Matters in the Building and the Rare Beauty brand. Very interesting.
Okay,
So
nice one.
Kanye wanted to do a special shout out, and what we're gonna do right now is to call the friend and of course wish her a birthday, hopeful that she picks up the call. So right now let me call the friend. Lebogang, ne? Yeah. Lebogang
is it a he or she? Oh,
okay, let's try to call her again and see if it's ringing. Yes, it is ringing.
that.
pick up the call. Oh. Good morning, Lebogang. How are you? I am good. You're live on the Vooka Breakfast Show and you're talking to Moeketsi, and you are joined by MooCee Mr. and Mr. B right here, also with Kanye, who is your friend, and she would like, of course, to make... Oh, she's your cousin? Yes. Wait, what's going on, man? Yes. So we hear that today is your birthday, right?
Yes.
And yes, we would like to make it special, and she was like, let us call you and wish you a happy birthday. And she's of course on the mic if you want to hear from her. Kanye, over to you.
Hey, Kazi. How are you? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kazi.
Thank you.
Yes, I hope you have a very wonderful day, and I love you so much. And thank you so much to the Breakfast Boys for actually making this a very special moment for both of us. Here's your cake. Enjoy.
Yeah. Have a great day. But lastly, what are your plans for the day?
I don't have any plans.
Okay, no problem. Maybe something will come up, right?
One
of the breakfast boys.
Change your character, man.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. Happy birthday and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Nice one, man.
Man.
Another celebrity birthday that we're recognizing this morning is Danny Glover. I don't know more if you're familiar, because I know
Danny's been old.
I know.
How old is he?
Today he's turning 80 years.
16,
he's 80 today. He's 80. Born on this day back in 1946 in San Francisco, California. Danny Glover is an actor, producer, and of course he's a humanitarian who is best known for the Lethal Weapon franchise, The Color Purple, and decades of social activism and community engagement. I was about to reference Lethal Weapon. I don't know, Mr. Mo, are you familiar with Lethal Weapon?
No, because Danny, like, so cool, like he was
old already. Even in the character that he portrayed in the Lethal Weapon franchise, he would say, "All right, no, my knees are giving out, man." But one of the nicest characters
that's Danny
that
right there on the screen. Yeah.
I know this guy.
Death at a Funeral. Death at a Funeral. Chris Rock. Lawrence, Danny Glover is in it. There's that guy. There's quite a few stars in that one. So the character that he plays in that one kills me, man. He's like those those grandfathers.
Yeah, because that reminds me of Joe.
Oh yes, in Magia, So Danny Glover is also celebrating his birthday today. So amongst Selena Gomez, Danny Glover, and of course Kanye's cousin Ulebu, we as the Vooka Breakfast Show, as the Blinko Network, and of course as the Broadcasting Boys, we would love to say Happy birthday! Woohoo! Hip hip hooray! 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 We really hope that the day, the week, and of course the rest of the month and the rest of the year will be filled with nothing but love, laughter, and all things great and amazing. You absolutely happy birthday. Yes, sir.
Very interesting. And of course it's 6 minutes past 9 right now. What we're gonna do right now is to take a short break, and then we'll be back with your news recap on some of the headlines that you missed when we began the show. So don't change the dial. We'll be right back after this.
Back with clouds, now I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all, I just wanna be free. Finally. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally. I wanna be free. Finally. back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising. I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free.
It's exactly 8 minutes past 9, and it's time for your news recap on some of the headlines that you missed when we began the show. On your first news recap, AIDC slams Treasury funding freezer. The Alternative Information and Development Center has criticized National Treasury for withholding municipal funding from dozens of municipalities. The organization argues that the decision unfairly affects poor households that depend on municipalities for essential services and does not resolve the broader financial challenges facing local government. Treasury says that the move is intended to enforce compliance and improve financial accountability. AIDC maintains that the country's municipal funding model is fundamentally flawed and that withholding funds could worsen service delivery problems in struggling communities. What's next is that Treasury is restoring funding to municipalities that meet its conditions while others remain affected. The debate over municipal financial reform and long-term sustainability is likely to continue. On your next news recap, Wes sentencing delayed again. Convicted pedophile Ian Wes has faced another postponement in sentencing proceedings. Complication prevented him from attending court. A medical report submitted to the court confirmed that he remains unfit to participate in proceedings until later this month. Wes was convicted in a historic child abuse case and is also fighting extradition to the United Kingdom on numerous additional charges. Advocacy groups have criticized that repeated delays, saying they prolong uncertainty for victims and the public. What's next is sentencing arguments and defense submissions are expected to be heard when Wes returned to court in August. The outcome could bring the long-running case closer to conclusion. On your last news recap, Ramaphosa awaits impeachment ruling. Cyril Ramaphosa is waiting a court ruling on his attempt to pause Parliament's impeachment committee while he challenges the Section 89 panel report related to the Phala controversy. The Western Cape High Court is expected to deliver judgment on Friday. Ramaphosa argues that allowing the impeachment process to continue before his review is heard could cause irreparable harm. The committee remains that it is legally required to continue its work until a court order otherwise. What's next? If the application succeeds, the committee's work could be temporarily suspended. If the court dismisses the application, Parliament's impeachment process is expected to proceed while Ramaphosa's review challenge continues. That's all we have for your news recap. If you happen to want to share your thoughts on these headlines with us, you can use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. We'll be back right after this. Exactly 12 minutes past 9, and you're still hanging out with your breakfast boys, making sure that we
Breakfast
keep you warm up until 10 o'clock. We are live on YouTube. We're also live on Underground Radio, and of course, you can download the radio app that is both available on iOS and Android. But before we just get deeper into the matters of this morning on what I have, because each and every day we do have our hot takes in what we believe and we take a stand on, right?
Yeah.
So some of the comments were coming through. Cat Books joining us saying, Dumelang Vooka Nation, Dumela, hope that you're doing good on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Eat whatever you want. Commenting on the conversation we were having
The
about
pizza, pineapple on pizza.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
saying you can't eat what you want. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the hill that I'm dying on, the hill that I stand on, pineapple does not belong on pizza.
You know, I mean, I see this as a trace of a dictatorship.
No, I'm not trying to dictate. I'm just saying pineapple does not belong on pizza. If you want to put it, knock yourself out. But it doesn't. Just because something...
I mean, I feel like we're dealing with immigration laws here. We can't be talking about pineapples.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza. We can, absolutely.
Okay, that one will create a
Meanwhile,
new discussion, right?
Meanwhile,
Let's ask Nommy if does she take pineapples
on pizza,
on some of the pizzas now.
All right, Nommy, good morning. I hope that you are doing good. Can you hear us?
Good morning, team. And yes, I can hear you. I am absolutely great. And for the very first time in my life, I agree with Mist. Pineapples do not belong on pizza, guys.
What are we doing?
No. You can have a pina colada whilst you're having your pizza, so that you can have a pineapple in your pina colada. But no, not on your pizza.
I mean, guys, that's culinary creative.
Cut the line. I don't know. Just
clock it.
Please cut the line there.
Clock it. You and I are here. But anyway.
Yeah, just before we get into other stuff, are you doing good though?
I'm well. I love the space that I'm in. I'm great.
Interesting. So, Nommy, from day to day, we do have our hot takes, right? So this morning I have my hot take, with Thursday, Friday, Mr. B and Mist will have their hot take. So there's something that I've always wanted to share, right? And I've been trying to find ways, to put it.
It's okay.
I'm not. But yeah, let me give it straight to anyone who is listening, to anyone who is watching. My hot take for today is multiple personalities are a superpower. Having multiple personalities will unleash.
Finish what the term is called.
Right?
No, finish what the term is referred to medically.
What term? No, there's no term.
No, there is.
No, it's fine. Do your own research.
No, the term is.
Do your own.
What
research.
is the term called, Mr. B? Multiple
personality disorder.
Absolutely.
No. Wait.
It becomes a disorder when it causes harm to your health.
You guys are adding
life.
The word disorder.
Exactly.
No.
There's no
guys, Wi-Fi.
Okay,
should we look it up?
So
now?
Beyonce and Sasha Fierce, ne?
Yeah.
She's got a disorder in my personalities.
It could be argued. But let me let you finish.
Yeah, let me finish. But just to add on that, if I'm hyper, it's normal. But if I am over hyper, then it's called a disorder. There's normal hyperactivity and there's that hyperactivity, ADHD.
Okay.
Right? So when it's added on top. So if multiple personalities are causing a harm into your life, then we can add the disorder. Okay. Look, the general public view says most people hear multiple personalities and think a disorder, just like what just happened right now, right? Instability, danger, and something to be feared. But what if it's the opposite?
Okay.
What if it's your brain running different operating systems for different challenges out there? Right? Having multiple personalities is adaptive genius. One version of you is ruthless at work, one is soft with your friends, one protects you when things get dangerous. That's not broken. That's a whole team working for you, making sure that you're safe and analyzing whatever that is happening around you. Right? So let's get into the myth versus the reality. A myth is you must find yourself and be one consistent brand. Be yourself. But the reality with this is that we all code switch. People please, rage mode, trauma mode, and the DID folk are just honest about it. The cultural critique is that society punishes multiplicity, right? It demands you pick one identity, one mask, and kill the rest. But survival depends on being flexible, which is flexibility. The problem isn't the personalities, it's a culture obsessed with sameness. And then when we get into the evidence and the stats, DID affects about 1 to 1.5% of the population. So DID is dissociative. I think I saw it
disorder.
Right here. Yeah, yes, you're right. Dissociative identity disorder.
I know these things.
Right. So DID affects about 1 to 1.5% of the population worldwide. Trauma survivors often develop adaptive identities, a survival mechanism, not weakness. Code switching and role shifting are normal across cultures, jobs, and families. So, if I had to throw a question to you this morning, if you had a team of selves inside you, each built for a different battlefield, would you embrace them or try to silence them?
I mean, I think after what you have said, imagine, I don't think there's a comeback.
Yep.
I don't.
Sorry.
There is.
Wait.
No, because I'm looking at him and it's like
there's a disorder.
So
you know,
okay,
this light might just trigger me now.
Can I just say this, Name?
Sure, come through.
Maybe the research itself is one-sided, because as Africans, now I'm speaking from an African perspective, you grow up in Lokshin, your parents take you to school in the burbs, and then during school holidays you go to MFM, which is countryside. So there's 3 personalities that develop during that time. When you are ekasi, you speak the lingo yasekasi, udlala madaisi or udlala estradini, you know, the things that people are doing ekasi.
Yeah.
But the moment you go to school, like you in the burbs, like you in Durban North, or you know, you in Umhlanga, there's a specific way that you act and the specific way that you speak. You're like, brew, okay, see you later, cheers, bye. And then when you are at Emakaya, you know, abantu bakamanzi, and there's a specific lingo nakhona futhi. There's a way that they act, and then you change and you adapt. So yes, going to the very first question, it is a superpower, because I have that, and for me it's a superpower. It works for me, guys. It has put me in places simply because I'm able to accommodate people of different backgrounds and people of different personalities, because I had that exposure. So it's a superpower.
Yeah.
But if we have to use a fork and a knife, you are able to use it kahle. And when you have to work your way inward, because you start with the cutlery that's on the far end and then you work your way in, you're able to do that.
Yeah.
You're able to do that. Masamba segwa mai, you're able to do that. When you have to have this fine 5-star, you're able to do all of those things. So for me, there's this trick in psychology, more especially with hypnosis, where you can create a character that you invoke at a certain period. So whenever I would go for job interviews, I'm scared. But then there was this trick I would do where I would anchor a certain feeling to my left wrist. So whenever I would squeeze my left wrist, that's essentially me giving myself a command to invoke a certain personality or a certain individual. And that individual would come alive, and then I'd be confident. Whenever I would step on stage, because I've performed a couple of times, then or even doing live speaking in front of a audience. I mean, I've stood in front of educators, people with PhDs, ready to listen to me. I would invoke that individual, and to people's disappointment, in real life, day to day, I'm not that person.
Yeah.
Mhlambe bona, they fell in love with that individual, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But then on a day to day basis, unfortunately, this person, I had to apply. Similar to a car, like I had to go get turbo, but I can't stay in turbo mode forever. It was just for that moment, and I killed it just for that moment, and that's it. And then I go back to myself.
And my advice would be to people that at least have a minimum of 3 personalities. Maximum is 5. Have like 5 personalities that you can, show to people out there, because I've seen people, giving their personalities to wrong rooms. You get in a room, you're confident, and if you read the room, you see this room doesn't deserve your personality. So switch to the next personality that okay, this one is going to serve the people who are in this room. And then when you come boldly, you come confident, and then you go around and saying, hey, people are jealous of me, but you never read the room. There's different personalities, and the personality that you need to switch to, it's the one that can communicate to the people across this room, right? So having multiple personalities is a superpower. You are able to even find yourself.
How many do you have?
I'm still trying to add on the 3 that I have.
Let me. Do you have multiple?
No.
Okay. So whenever you're dealing with the opposite sex, the president, whomever, umfundisi, you're the same individual.
Yes.
Throughout.
Yes.
Okay.
So, hey, interesting hot take. I'll give that to you. Absolutely, points for that.
MooCee, I don't believe that you're a different person when you're talking to me or when you're
talking to me. What's he you talking to me?
I don't agree.
Nommy, I need to use voice changes. You've heard that, right?
Yes, he's in denial, but it's okay.
No. Here's the thing.
He's swimming in denial.
Here's
river.
The thing. Personality is a very strong term in this instance for me. Before the Fitla go, hey, he's in denial. Let's first start with what you just said a second ago. When you walk into a room, change your personality, because so is by that statement is the implication that I should lower, or I don't know what the term to use is.
Adjust.
Confidence level.
You are loud.
No, I'm not loud. No. You said confidence in that statement.
But it's not implying that you should come down.
No, I'm asking. Is the implication? I'm walking into this room, and I'm a very confident individual. I'm not loud, right? Because confidence doesn't always have to be. There's big personalities.
Okay.
That's a big. I think in this instance, I would refer to it as a big personality. What I'm referring to is I'm just a confident individual, and I'm not arrogant, because that also is a line that a lot of people tend to cross back and forth, right? Or jump back and forth. So I'm a confident individual, and I'm walking into this room. So by that statement, so sibuling, and using confidence as one of the examples, right? Because I'm sure there are others as well. Is the implication that say my level of confidence to accommodate the people in this room? Is that it?
No.
No, I'm asking.
Under no circumstance. Okay.
Is that it? Talk to me more.
Not like that. Not like that, okay, the confidence that you have. I mean, there are people who, embody the confidence in a different way to say, okay, I'm going to read the room and get to know everyone who they are right here, because now I am quick, to, throw over, the person that I am, right? So don't, strip away yourself, who you are. I'm not saying don't strip away the person that you are. Be the person that you are. But most important thing is the combination of characteristics that make the confidence, that make you the person that you are with the personality that you have. There are some of the characteristics that they can be adjusted and be put the way the room is like. It's like the temperature of the room. Nkogi bomba jacket in this room, right? And wa utlwa gore go a chisa, but una le ngane ntse o ya apere and wa fufulelo. Like khobola jacket.
So when I can reduce it, but I'll hand over to you, Nommy Manch, and then I can reduce it to 2 words. So you've got this confidence, but it's coupled with emotional intelligence.
Then there's a conversation we can have.
Right?
So Sure. Okay. Let's go to Nommy. I'll come back. I've identified some of the things. Sure, Nommy, talk to me.
I agree with Mr. B on that one. Number one, under no circumstances should you ever shrink yourself or your confidence.
Shrink,
no.
I think that's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Just a typical example is me walking into a room, and knowing myself, I'm NommyP from Joburg, I expect people to sort of like act a certain way, and when I get there I'm carrying that thing, which is what you were saying. There is a thin line between confidence and arrogance.
Sure.
When I walk into that room, I shouldn't carry the fact Yoguti I am NommyP
from
educated and from Joburg and whatnot.
Sure.
I need to, it's not shrinking myself, but it's also emotional intelligence. He's right, because I need to read the room in terms of this doesn't require me to act this way. So if Meo commands in Fuleni, let me do the same. When you're in Rome, you do what the Romans do.
Okay.
So I think that's what Umo meant. So you read the room and then you act accordingly. You don't shrink yourself, but you just adapt and you act according to what the Romans are doing in Rome.
Okay. No, I just wanted clarification, because now I was sort of getting this implication. Now you need to accommodate batho, and perhaps it could also be argued on from another perspective. Then you're perhaps maybe not in the right room if you.
Look, I mean, some rooms do require you to dim your light a bit.
Yeah. Maybe you're in the wrong room then. Maybe.
For example, let's say you go to a children's home. I mean, you can't be all bubbly and whatnot. Man. Or even abantu abadala, like you need to tone it down,
I think it's adjustment, like you mentioned, more than anything else, and that's I wanted clarification, right? But my chat here, it's an interesting take, more sheesh. So would I refer to it as personality or having multiple personalities? Not necessarily, right? I would rather use, and going to what you mentioned earlier, the term code switch here, right? Because there's a code that we follow, right? That Nomfundo has adapted to really. There's a certain code, right? And being a Joburg burn person like MooCee, when we go Emakaya, maybe we were visiting a NommyP, we adjust to that code. We switch to accommodate. We switch the code. I'm not going to change my personality to suit you. I code switch.
It's not suiting.
Or to suit the environment or the situation.
As a performing artist.
Yes, sir.
There are rituals.
Okay.
I'm using that word intentionally. There's a ritual that you guys do before you jump on stage.
Okay.
What happens in that ritual?
You tell me. Rituals. Look, we're different artists and we're different personalities. So we don't all do the same things. Or we don't all
what do you do before you jump on stage?
I'm go to Namanje.
Spuzimbies.
Spuzi Godins.
Denial, guys.
But
denial.
I don't have rituals. I don't genuinely so. And I don't have things that I do like before performance. I'll do push-ups. I don't have those kinds of things.
Before we even begin a show, Miss will do like brah and all that.
But those are vocal exercises. Those are not. No, that's not psyching myself to get on stage.
It's a character.
No, but it's a vocal. You can't say vocal exercise. I'm sorry. I'm completely disagreeing with you on that one. Vocal exercises is not psyching yourself to get on stage and prepare yourself and switch on this personality that has to go on stage. I'm sorry. Those are two different things. Rituals is. I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. I've seen artists where before a show, Mr. B, right, singers and dancers or just performing artists will lie on the floor and go into like what do they call it? Total fetus thing, where they roll up themselves very tightly so, and then they let go of themselves, right? There's artists where they'll tell you an hour before performance, don't talk to me. No one talks to me, and the entire cast, from technicals to stage crew to directors.
So when I can talk to you until the very last minute.
Absolutely. we're different. You know why? Because we're different personalities. So by saying that, what ritual do you employ before getting on stage? I don't have those kinds of things. Me personally, I would rather prepare my voice, relax my voice, and just calm myself down. Fair, to get into performance mode. Like you mentioned, it's turbo mode, right? Sure.
Do you know that vocal exercises are sort of, I don't want to use the word ritual.
Enchantment?
Someone help me get the right term. But they do affect, they are a part of getting into character. As you are training yourself, yes, it's fine. You make those sounds to train your voice. That's okay. But mentally, even your mental state changes. We'll see, now I'm about to begin work. So now I'm going to start getting into character of work. We're not saying your entire personality changes. No, it does not. But you get into work mode. And the fact you get into work mode and you switch means there's a certain personality that you're invoking within you to say, this is an on-camera character that I'm going to put on now.
So I hear what you're saying. To a certain extent, you're right. To a certain extent, but not completely. I would say, and this is something that we talk about when we're talking about presenting, right? But it's an exaggeration of your personality. So the MooCee Mist you're seeing here on camera Monday to Friday, giving you a daily dose of positivity, that is accompanied by a very energetic start. It is absolutely the MooCee Mist that you're going to come across. It's just that, like you're mentioning, I'm exaggerating the personality that I hold initially. That's why I would rather say more. I would agree with you if you're saying we are code switching. Absolutely. Code switching is buyer. Completely.
Switching is dialect.
Right?
Code switching is all about dialect.
Absolutely.
And
but having a different personality, because I think that's what you're referring to, unless I'm wrong, Mr.
But you see, Norm is mentioning something interesting.
Sure.
Code switching is dialect and language.
Sure.
But personality altogether is something completely different.
Yes.
Because, for example, when you consume alcohol as an alcohol,
alcohol, and I'll show you something.
Yeah, you change. Another personality comes through, because gin, as in gin, is actually a gin that's in a bottle,
body,
right?
Yeah.
So that's a body possessing spirit. So you do change. Something comes over you, and your personality changes.
One of two things with that example.
It's the spirit.
One of two things. In my experience, there's people who, when they do consume alcohol or liquor, a different personality takes over.
Yep.
Secondary to that, which is absolutely true.
All of us.
Which the secondary to it, because this is not the absolute one.
No, okay.
Secondary to it, in my experience, and coming across different people and characters and seeing how alcohol affects people. The first one, which I just mentioned, you're absolutely right. There's a different spirit and personality that comes through.
When you are being suspended at that time, and something else comes through.
I don't dispute that.
So you being suspended means that something else took over.
I don't
So a different personality just came through.
But the secondary that I'm about to say is also true. Two things can be truthful at once. Can we agree on that? Sure. The second one is, there's people who their personality is completely exaggerated. Like it's blown out of proportion, in the sense that if you are a quiet person, they go even quieter. I've seen that. If you are a very talkative person and these people become even bigger. So the one that you are talking about, which I absolutely agree with completely, it's true, is not the absolute one that applies as a standard across the board. There are people whose personalities are exaggerated based on the liquor and the type of, or just liquor in general, that they have consumed, right? So code switching, in the sense that language and the things that you explain, absolutely, I agree. But in terms of, because Josie and Nia and Natali Kabonomi somewhere in PMB, and now I'm completely having a personality switch.
When are you thinking extreme? We're not talking extreme, or in fact, we're not even talking degree of change.
Okay.
We're saying, Guti, there is a personality change.
So, maybe an example, because sometimes, obviously, we can lose translation, you know, when looking into this, because a personality is a combination of your characteristics, right? And some of those characteristics, sometimes they don't go hand in hand. Okay, this one must go out of the equation. Maybe a typical example that I can make is an MC. There's MCs who are called for funerals and parties. And you know, kasi rewinding alale makha at the funeral. You know, gore there you must have a different personality on how you approach the situation.
Different personality.
Yeah, I mean you can't dance at a funeral.
Yeah, no, but you retain your personality, but you switch.
There's a sort of personality that you need to.
You switch how you exercise.
Yeah.
The different applications of being an MC. MC wako tudi wa whining alale makaya is absolutely different to an MC, and as someone who has done one of the two, because why alale makaya so yet, and I would never do that one. Right, that one I've never done. I have friends and a few people, acquaintances that I know who have done that. But as someone who has MC'd one or two funerals in their time, Mr. Mo, absolutely, the way you dictate and you hold yourself, and the way you apply the skill of being a master of a ceremony is different, dependent on the event and the situation you're in, right? But as opposed to switching your personality, sure, degrees of change, I'll give that to you, Mr. B. But MooCee Mist is this MooCee Mist, right? How I apply myself in different situations and scenarios is where I alter, I adjust. I get it. When I'm talking to a man, I understand, I get it.
But you don't do this with us.
Yeah, because the situation is different. You're a different person to that person, but my personality is still retained.
Yeah, but what do you call this? Like a function.
Sure.
And clearly with an investor.
Sure.
Yeah,
no.
But when it's just the three of us or the four of us.
So is that a different personality?
Yeah.
So look, let's get into the switch, because if you are switching, what are you switching into?
Application.
Because obviously, we want the situations that can make people shift, right? Maybe we can put in a bracket to say they shift and they change their personality, right? So at work, you become more
Can I use an example?
Please.
I just remembered something. So Omist has this thing, when he talks to me, he puts on this gassy persona. I'm a how they act.
Yeah.
And sometimes, remember when we used to walk to the shops and stuff, he'd even change his walk, like and whatnot. So that whole thing for me is a personality change, because on screen you were someone different just 2 minutes ago. All of a sudden now, you have a different lingo. You like keeper. No, okay, he doesn't say that. I'm lying, but the way you're speaking.
I like how you said you're lying.
Totally.
The switch.
I like how you said you're lying. No, I like how you said you're lying.
Thing that I just said.
So just
he doesn't say keeper, but he does switch. And you know what I've realized? Code switching goes hand in hand with personality changes. Because the minute your personality changes, again, missed as an example, his gassy personality comes on, and then his lingo, he'll start speaking in gassy codes.
Yeah. So just to wrap it up, so everyone changes personality a little bit depending on the situation.
Sure, that I'll grant you.
It's being human. Psychologists, they call it situational adaptation or code switching.
Sure.
So people do. I mean, your dad is strict. Maral ko dudi, ba mo roma di habli. He has changed his personality.
A dog. I'm a dog. Koka sike prapit. Marako today. I'm a dog. Hey P, what's up, my dog?
It's a very, very interesting.
It is. It's an interesting take, Mr.
Mo. I rate your hot take 4 bananas out of 5.
No, it's an interesting one. Do I agree with having multiple personalities? Not necessarily, because I think not a whole lot of us as individuals in society are able to handle or rather even control, have a strong hold and grip on knowing how and when to switch, the application of it, right? And I would rather then go on the code switching side more than personality switch, right? Because personality, Beyonce and Sasha Fierce are two different people completely, right? I'm trying to think of other examples I can think
Clark
of.
Kent and Superman.
Clark Kent and Superman. You know, Batman and what's Batman's name? The what manner? I forget his name. Bruce Banner.
Or Hulk.
Bruce
Banner ke Hulk.
Bruce Hulk.
Bruce Banner ke Hulk. But yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Hulk, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah, Bruce Wayne
Wayne.
is Batman, you know. So those are
He's a
two
bad
different personalities where he's absolutely taking a different persona. So what I am disagreeing with is saying MooCee he has a personality change. Go Kasi keep so, but I can't use Kasilingo on air when Nomfundo, because the application of who I'm supposed to be when I am at work is different. Absolutely. When we're somewhere in Sandton and we're sitting with investors and business people and we have to sell the Vooka breakfast show, Mr. B, I am absolutely going to apply the code that works in Sandton.
The Romans.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But my personality is still intact. Because am I going to be able to sustain that personality every time? And thus I would say that a lot of individuals in society would have a hard time navigating multiple personalities. Like Mo said as an example, at least have a minimum of 3. Like think of it as having 3 girlfriends. Those are 3 different personalities that you have to sustain. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I know there are people who can do it, but out of 10, how many of us can actually who can do it like full-time basis where you can maintain? But like think of it. Like think of it Nomfundo when I say you are dating a certain person and you are dating out Sekasi. Like those are 3 completely different personalities. So I would say code switching more. If people can have ways of applying different codes at different times and having a strong grip on it, I agree.
Yeah.
But personality,
wait. Just before this one, less than 10 seconds.
Sure.
MooCee Shole and MooCee Mist, are they the same person?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Look,
MooCee Mist is born from MooCee Mangshole.
Why does MooCee Mist exist?
MooCee Mist is a stage name of who MooCee Mangshole is.
But then why create?
I didn't want to.
But why create an alternative? Ne?
No. Here we created
one
a name.
Already exists.
No, we created a name.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, you've got a derivative of something.
Sure.
Ne? Why do that to begin with?
Yeah, because the name MooCee Mangshole didn't stick for me as a performing artist.
So you wanted to create something else.
Create a different name.
Exactly. So
to apply. But the personality is still intact, Mr. P. I'll try. You see, yesterday we called my friends, right? I'll try to bring about 3 or 5 maximum of people that I went to school with.
Yeah.
That I genuinely spent high school with. 5 years of high school.
So the one that you agreed to whenever you consume alcohol, do you change a bit?
Mina.
Yeah.
No, what I agreed with is it is a body possessing spirit. Mina, my personality is exaggerated.
So you do change.
It's exaggerated.
Yeah, but you do change. It's not
change.
In other words,
being something different.
Yeah, but in other words, you're not the same person throughout.
Yeah, but the personality that I have is exaggerated.
Yeah, but it is a change as well.
Exaggerated
but
means it's no longer the same.
Are you saying I'm a different person?
But Nommy is saying the fact that it's exaggerated, it means it's not the same as it started in 616.
Change, Mr. B. Change for me. Maybe I can
look whether
change is going from
whether
this
we talk macro
this.
or macro or micro.
Sure, at a micro
change
level.
is still change.
Sure.
Yeah.
So change for me in this instance.
When are you looking at macro?
In this, we are changing. Right, change to
It's like Kanyimbao.
So this is exaggerated.
Transgender.
You're closing it off now.
Here's an example there. I think a dough lang pegutete. And then I take my dough, I leave it outside in the sun, and then it grows. Has it changed or has it not changed?
It's changed in size, but it's still is it not? Maybe get wrong. Maybe get
exaggerated personality.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I don't change. Nah, I'm a talkative.
The fact that there's a change in size means there is a change.
Yeah.
Hi, fair. Interesting take. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Very
So we are asking
four bananas.
question that if you are given an opportunity to have multiple personalities, you know, would you take it? Let us know. #Vooka Breakfast Show. When we come back from the break with the last 13 minutes that we have, we are going to be diving deep into an interesting conversation, right? Which is men in tears. Why crying is still a taboo in our society.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned for that one. We'll be right back right after this.
Why don't you tell me your heart is
City boy with a country swing. First we went from the court to the base, back to the courts of my younger days. Lived through it all, but still nothing changed. Forever be me till I'm in the grave. Face on my problems, don't run away. Stand on my feelings, don't need a chase. Just shoot me straight. I'm like an acrobat, a circus act. Like they got me in a cage. I could go tit for tat, the gift the gab, but can't give it to the hate. I'ma just tip my cap and dip right back to my little happy place. Back on the 9 to 5 again. Steady just working for Saturday. I've been going through the motions, trying to find my way. Never notice if you notice, so I smile and wave. All dry, stay focused, setting my little pace. And now all I have to say, I was the boy with the plan, that turned me into a man. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Whoops, I did it again. On business is right where I stand. Never been slipping on sand. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Whoops, I did it again. I was the boy with the plan, that turned me into a man. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Oops, I did it again. On business is right where I stand. Never been slipping on sand. And man, I keep winning and winning again. Oops, I did it again. Oh man, there he goes again. Every quarter records rolling in. Then the quarters.
We're still hanging out right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, coming to you live from the Blinko Studios in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Bromfisher Kloof, man. Hang out with us, interact with us, share your thoughts with us across all our social media platforms using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So it's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. It needs not end there. It also continues on our WhatsApp line. Dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. This is where radio meets TV, only and exclusively on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So when you see a man crying, what's the first thing that comes to mind? I'd love to find out from you, because this is the topical, the table of discussion, right? The table of communication, and we are all men here with two ladies in studio.
3.
One online.
So yeah.
Or one online here, but in studio physically, right? Yeah. So about 2 months ago, Mr. B, you would know that we had that side, Nalimo, where we live, that side, we had electricity issues for a couple of days, right? And then Dobsonville, parts of Soweto were affected by water for almost a week. Yeah. Water pumping issues and problems, right? And I got to studio that morning, and as as I was sitting here and we went on break on the show, I said to Mo, I feel like crying, Chief, because I was so cold, and I had a cold meal the previous night. And I walked and my feet were freezing. I was just cold and I felt like crying, right? And so think of it, when a man cries, we are men, but I want to refer to everyone else who's hanging out with us, both on Underground and on YouTube. But even with us, when a man cries and you see them, whether behind closed private doors or in public, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
That it's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, for me, there was a discipline that was instilled in us, and it's something that I'm still dealing with right now. So when we were playing soccer, we had rivals, right? And there was a point where Moto Lemata intentionally, and like you're supposed to cry because it's painful, right? So our coach will tell us that, guys, if anything happens, don't cry, because you would be seen as weak into that team.
By the other opponents.
Yeah, and now you're not even aware to who are you talking to. I mean, it's an under 13 team, so you grow up with that thing to a point of men don't cry, right? And when you see other men crying, it's like, dude, what is your family going to say about you if you're crying?
Very interesting. So I want us to talk about the final frontier of vulnerability for men, which is tears, right? Why is it that in 2026, when a man cries, society's first instinct is to laugh, to mock, or to look away even in certain instances, right? Whether or not it's on camera or it's in public or even behind closed doors, like I said a second ago, in his own home even. Why do we treat a man's emotional release like a biological failure instead of basic human expression? Today we're not just unpacking men and tears. We want to know, why is showing raw emotion still treated like the ultimate masculine taboo? Right? And this one is stemmed from the conversation that I saw on a very popular podcast. And I love these boys. I do. I love these boys. And I know that a lot of people would say, hey, podcast abonné is whatever. That's another conversation. But one of the panelists on this podcast, Mr. B, was really going through raw emotion and vulnerability in that moment, and his fellow podcaster was laughing at him, and he was saying, man, you know we're boys, man, man, why are you crying? At a later episode they talk about it, and the one who was crying says, I didn't like what you did as a brother, and I expected you to be a brother, right? And I'm not trying to justify my actions or what I did wrong and how my situation led me to eventually crying and being emotional about it. Yeah. But I expected you to treat me better as a brother. And I didn't like what you did. To even take it further, you did it in front of girls. Yeah. Right? And he says, yeah, when you come on a public platform, and it was an entire thing. But I think I want to focus on crying in itself. Why are we still going through that, Mr. B? Like, when a guy cries or when a man cries, it's still like rub sand in it and carry on. Why do you think?
You want to be seen as strong also.
Yeah, that's why.
Because there's people, when people laugh at you, like Bona, they want to be seen as a stronger person. Or I wouldn't do that, guys. I'm strong. Whatever is thrown at me is thrown at me. Like, I can handle it, right? And people, I mean, they don't handle emotions, because we can go through the same thing, but the way, me na impatanga corner, like, yo, bruh, like I feel like crying, and I can cry at any moment, right? So, if someone laughs, or maybe it's their coping mechanism, that when they start to be emotional and it also leads them to crying, they laugh. They laugh because it's how they would cope with the situation that's happening. To say, what do I do now when my fellow man is crying? So rather than comfort her, let me laugh, man. I'm a weak way, man.
Because he says the other podcaster on another platform or sister platform says, as boys, and this is a mindset that I personally don't subscribe to, but he says, as boys, as amachita, as friends, before I comfort you, the first thing that I'm going to do is laugh at you. And I don't know, I can't compute that, Mr. B. And I get it. It's ideologies and mindsets that have been instilled in society. But
I come to you and I say I've got a terminal illness, and then you're so you're gonna laugh and then comfort me.
The one who was laughing at him in front of girls says, and a similar example was made about losing a loved one to death in a family. It's like, Leo, obvious, it's a serious thing. I wouldn't laugh at you in that situation. But Leo and so he actually later reveals with you are crying for a girl and you cheated and whatever. You are crying because you cheated on your girlfriend. So how am I supposed to feel bad for you? Was his justification. And saying, no, that's a serious one. So that also is a serious one. Having a terminal illness, so I wouldn't laugh at you.
I'm laughing there because I know someone that would do something there and cry afterwards. Yeah, well,
and
so
one
it's like,
sympathy.
yeah, so it's like a coping mechanism for more in a way. They do something.
And they
fine, first time around, cool, no problem.
Sure.
Let me comfort you. But then it's like it's a trend. You do something, and this is your way of letting go and coping.
Sure.
I will laugh at you.
I don't know. This thing you're in,
I mean, we were working the time we were doing this other platform, right? While in a show, because I also do this. When I'm tired and I yawn, tears come out, right?
Okay.
The same thing happened to my fellow co-host, right? And I'm like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "No, Mo.
Is it a guy?
A man doesn't cry." Yeah, go Mzansi Affairs. You know the guy. So it happened. Go ahead, Mr. JP, right?
Oh.
It happened to him. I'm like, "Are you crying?" And like he stood up fast and I'm like, "No more. A man doesn't cry." You see, so there are a lot of men out there who grow up with the idea that men don't cry.
I mean, I say men
should cry.
Yes, please.
Men should cry, and we've created this thing of men should not cry. Hence, the highest suicide rates in South Africa.
Is men, yeah.
The victims are men. So it's okay for you to be vulnerable. It's okay for you to share your vulnerable moments. It's okay for you to be weak, and it's okay for you to.
Yeah, cut off right.
I'm sorry, my daughter wants to be a part of the show somehow.
No worries. But an interesting comment is coming through from Ihaule Insizwa. It's called the cons. Umaningi. So Maningi says, "Ayo, check, MooCee. Ayo, check, my boy." So he says, a man cries, but he's not supposed to cry, or he's not supposed to be seen crying, no matter what. Do not cry in front of anyone as a man. But why not though?
Now, I agree though. I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
So I sit in here and show next year, or we're at an OP somewhere, and like I'm going through something very like deep, Mr. B. Are you saying I can't cry in public with you there?
No. You see, you're born if you pull me aside, ne? And the tears start running, that's fine.
Yes.
But it's like Cecilia Lai showing, and it's like
No, I agree. No, I agree.
So now what I'm saying is, you can have your like an outlet.
Sure.
Know your people.
Sure.
But
even in public, it's okay.
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
So Yabona, for me, ne, I think I've got a very good support structure around me.
Okay.
I've got fellow brothers who guys linking a so
sure.
I've got my partner, I've got my family,
sure.
But I can't do it in public.
Sociologists call this.
Do you plan, guys? Do you plan? I'm gonna
be vulnerable.
Cry now, or I'm gonna have an emotional breakdown, because sometimes you could be in a taxi and something could just trigger, and you can't hold yourself because now there's this thing that has triggered you, and you just find yourself crying unintentionally.
Sure. So sociologists call this the performance of invulnerability, Mr. B. The cultural expectation that male strength is directly measured by a man's capacity to suppress his own suffering. A recent psychological study on male mental health revealed that a 45% of men admit to actively hiding their deepest emotional pain and tears, even from their closest family members. We are teaching our men to choke on their own humanity.
So I think that's an extreme form, Yabon. But just like that song I got Dax, he says, I didn't want my family to see me cry because I'm trying to provide an agunzema, so I can't show any weakness on my face.
Sure.
So when I say, I wonder if you've built a support structure.
Sure.
Don't cry in public.
And if you don't? Because
pay someone. Light Clinic, there's a free psychology
therapy thing.
Because there are some things where I first want to struggle through them by myself.
Yeah.
And then there's a time where I'm like, okay, I can see that I'm struggling. Then I'd reach out.
But
for
that's
help.
funny, Mr. B.
Yeah.
That's funny. Think of it in a movie or in a series, and we're gonna close it off in the next 2 minutes. Where a character would be going through something, right, Mr. Mo, and they lost a family member, or they lost out on a job, or they were in an accident, or they have a terminal illness, or whatever. Let's stretch it, right, and put it on the extreme. and the person would walk out of a building, and as they step out, because they were holding, just holding and gripping as tightly as they can, but eventually these muscles get tired. You know, when you're gripping on something, they get tired eventually, and the grip falls off.
Yeah.
Right? And you just break, bro. Like in Pumang Gate, walking out of studio here in the yard, Mr. B, and I just break down. Yo, guys, I've really been trying.
When that breaking down,
Sure.
there are a certain position where you could sit down, and then just sit at a crouching position and let it go.
But it happens like 18, Mr. B, as I'm walking out.
Sure.
And like I just, guys,
like on a pavement.
I have 3 months to live.
Yeah, on a pavement, you could sit down and then just let it run. Right? So I agree. You can. You can.
I have 3 months to live.
You can, but then I think there's just a way, man. You should do these things. Now, duality comes with balance. You've got a woman, you've got a man.
Sure.
That's why things are destabilized, because
which is what exactly?
Have a woman, right? Have a woman so that when as the masculine figure you can go out in public and be that guy.
Feminine outlet.
And then when you come back, you've got your safe space.
Yeah. Feminine space.
The problem is, man, we're pushing this whole thing of being independent, even as men. Now we feel like, that's bading, but that's why izinto so much.
Lastly, I mean, people also measure pain. Yeah, boy. We were watching the FIFA World Cup, right? And so because of the magnitude of the event,
sure,
people understood why Messi and Cristiano were crying. They're like, it's fine, we understand. If it was me at that moment, I would also cry. But if me now as a man, my phone broke, like it breaks and I cry, it's like, dude, come on, man.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So
drama queen.
Sometimes a man's silence doesn't mean he is strong. It just means he has run out of safe places to bleed. All right. And maybe the real shock here is that the very tears we force men to swallow to prove their strength are the same tears that eventually wash over our families in the form of anger, distance, and tragic, irreversible self-destruction. We are killing our men to keep them strong, is where I am going to leave it this morning. So the question is to you, right? When are you sharing from wherever you could be tuned in from? The question is, why is it so still taboo in society for a man to cry? What is the first instinct that comes to you when you see a man crying, either behind closed private doors or even in public? Last comments coming through. Mam Tembi saying, Guya Shisa is studio. Thanks for sharing, broadcasting boys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we love you. Love you too, Mutswadi. Thank you so much, Mam Tembi. And then Umaningi closes off the comment section on YouTube. He says, please do not fall for the trap that says a man shouldn't, or a man should cry. I just wish I was there to explain it in person, guys. We should know what a man is before we discuss anything about a man. Hey, it's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Last against that we have Kanye.
Yeah, so Mina, my question is, since now, because it really sounds like a stage thing. If you were going to perform, who do you actually unleash your thoughts onto? Like, so Kshuguti, as a person, what happens then? My question, what happens? Because me now, when I cry, I don't ask for my tears to come. They just like fall. Emotional. So what happens to you then when you're a man and you probably talking about something that is so sensitive that didn't sit well, and then suddenly the tears are coming out? What do? Do you stop the tears from coming out, or what happens? Because now it really sounds staged if you're going to be like, no, but I can't talk to them. What happens in those conversations that just happened? Like life, we don't rehearse these things.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
That's my question.
Look, we would, of course, this question will continue across all social media platforms. And if you would like to share, just like Maningi, because he's a man who's very passionate about these kind of conversations.
He's a stoic man.
Yeah. So it is Vooka Breakfast Show across all social media platforms. This is where we're going to love and leave you till we see each each other, same time, same place, tomorrow morning, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
I've been having